What is up, sexy beast? Crazy Rabbit here, and today we're going to be looking at the SVU and DRAKON on round 50, so let's go ahead and get the shit started. So I'm pretty sure this is probably the weapon matchup that a lot of people have been wanting to see, and the reason I kind of delayed it was because I didn't have just footage of the DRAKON on round 50. I have footage of it with fireworks, turned, and blast furnace, but I didn't have any footage of just the DRAKON, and the footage that I do have is actually from a stream, so the quality's not that good, so I apologize if the quality every now and then in this footage is actually a little bad. I actually had to rip it from a stream because surprisingly I just didn't have any footage of just the DRAKON on round 50. But first, let's go ahead and talk about the SVU. So the SVU Pack-a-Punch is going to hold 12 in the magazine and 192 in stock, so that's a lot of ammo. That's more than the DRAKON, which holds 20 in the magazine and 100 in stock. So you have a lot more ammo with the SVU, and plus the SVU is a wall weapon, so you can always go back and grab more ammo, which is a huge advantage because on round 50 you're probably going to run through, I would say, I know with the DRAKON you're going to definitely run through 2 to 3 ammo cycles. What I mean by that is you're going to waste all your ammo and then you're going to get another max ammo. That's sort of like an ammo cycle. So with the DRAKON you're definitely going to be wasting 2 or 3, and I would estimate with the SVU it would probably be roughly around the same. So ammo wise, I gotta give it to the SVU. So now let's go on to like usability, like which weapon is easier to use. And for usability, I'm gonna have to say the DRAKON's a little bit easier to use, mainly because you can customize it with all the attachments. You can put whatever attachment you want. I prefer the red dot right here. It just makes it a little bit easier to kill zombies because really, with the sniper rifle, you're not gonna be scoping zombies from halfway across the map. You're gonna be up close and personal. That's sort of what you use snipers for in zombies, not like real world or multiplayer. In zombies, you're kind of always gonna be up close and personal with zombies. You're really never gonna be far away sniping them. I would much rather have a sniper rifle with a red dot or iron sights or really anything other than a scope. And that's where I kind of got to take points off with the SVU, is if they're actually in close range, it's really hard to actually kill a zombie because you have to scope in. You really don't want to hip fire with either of these weapons, and definitely not the SVU. I think the SVU has a little bit worse hip fire. You don't want to hip fire with either of these weapons. And when you aim in with the SVU, sometimes it can be kind of hard to actually get your target if they're really close. So you want to keep them in that medium range. That's where the SVU shines, is in that medium range. With the DRAKON, depending on which attachments you can use, you really can make it shine anywhere. Long, medium to short range, any of them the DRAKON is absolutely amazing on. And plus the DRAKON actually carries a little bit more in the magazine, which is always more helpful, but overall, like I said before, the ammo goes to the SVU. So the usability, I'm going to go ahead and give it to the DRAKON. I feel like the DRAKON is a superior weapon when you actually just want to use the weapon. Alright, so now let's talk damage. Which one is the better damage giver? Pounder. Yeah, that. I think they roughly do the same amount of damage. Again, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I only can guesstimate what kind of damage they do, and I would say they're probably almost even. I really don't know which one would have the upper hand, but I would say they're roughly around the same. They're probably going to do the same amount of damage as long as you're in for headshots. If you're doing anything else, you're kind of just wasting your time. Headshots are a key on round 50. If you do not know this by now, just what are you doing with your life, man? Come on now. So damage-wise, tied. So it's basically a tie right now. SVU, I gotta give the ammo to. Usability, I gotta give the DRAKON to. And damage, they roughly do around the same amount of damage, so that kind of ends up in a tie. So now, which is the superior weapon on round 50? And to me, it all kind of comes down to one, which map are we on? I feel like a map like Ascension, I would much prefer the SVU because Ascension has a lot of long sort of hallways and long areas. But if I'm playing on a map like Reese or the Giant, I would much rather have the DRAKON. So it really kind of depends on what map we're playing. If we have a map with a long hallway or just a long area in general to where I can sprint ahead in front of the zombies to get in that medium range distance, then I would much rather have the SVU. But if I'm on a small map like the Reese or maybe even Kino or something like that with a lot of small areas and really no long hallways, I know Kino does have that middle section, but the rest of it's kind of small and not really long enough to get in a far range or medium distance. I'd much rather have the DRAKON for that. But in general, if I had to pick one, which is the better weapon on round 50, I gotta give it to the SVU. And for the one factor, and the one factor only, it's a wall weapon. That is the only reason. You can constantly go back and get more ammo. I know in Black Ops 2 you have Gobblegum and all that stuff, but I really don't want to count Gobblegum and all that other stuff. I really just want to look at the weapons itself. And I gotta give it to the SVU. You can buy ammo whenever you want, which basically means more kills. So the SVU, I'm gonna go ahead and say, is a superior weapon, mainly because you can buy more ammo. Now, like I said before, depending on which map I'm on, I would much rather prefer one weapon or the other, but still, the SVU is definitely better because you can just get as much ammo as you want. And really, if you have a powerful weapon, that's all you really need, is just the ability to get ammo. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys could, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.